talk about your American government and the Brit exit and all that. I don't care. I don't care.
That's
go on with
because us is on such an opposite side of the planet. I mean, what does it? Yeah, exactly. What do you care? Oh
we don't
boy,
care
we're already
about
broadcasting.
zero.
Did you notice we were just broadcasting? I didn't even know that. I don't know if this conversation has been recorded. Hello, everyone. I'm so embarrassed. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for Across the Pond Hangout for the Amazing Scale Modelers community on Google+. Boy, I think we solved some geopolitical things earlier. I'm not even sure. Anyway, Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. And I got to say, we're perhaps the biggest one in the Google Plus realm as what kind of a community it is. And currently we have, oh boy, it just jumped up just recently. We have 2,081. So in the past 2 weeks, it's jumped
Keep
up.
going, guys. Keep going.
Yep, and they're all very participating. You got to go onto the community. If you're watching this for the first time, go there. Go to Amazing Scale Modelers on Google Plus and join and learn about your hobby. Anyway, moving on. How you doing, Heath? All the way on the other side of the planet where it's dark and winter.
Bloody cold, actually.
Oh, what's
I'm
bloody
sitting
cold
here in
to
the
you?
finest thing.
Oh, yes, what is bloody cold to you?
-2. -2. That's cold.
-2 Celsius, people, not Fahrenheit. That's Celsius. That's just below freezing.
We're in the south. We're in the south. Well, actually, it's actually 9 degrees right now, so still pretty cold. That's cold. 9 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius.
Yes. Let's translate that to the imperial scale on Fahrenheit. That's like just below freezing. It's probably about 27 degrees. However, that's very cold for a bunch of people that are used to 130 degrees in the summer. So.
Yes. Well, this is what I started building today. Bob and I have something in common.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Bob is building that right now. I wonder if Bob's around.
I just finished painting her. I also started my Knight Rider kit. Unfortunately, she's still wet, so I've had to let that dry. And right now, I have managed to paint my, if you can see that, my saber. Nice little silver there. And it's all silver. There's 2 versions I can do. There's the silver one from the American Air Force, which I'm doing. I'll just turn the box around, if I can. There we are. Right, hang on. Yep. There's right. There's a north. There's a, what's that one there again? It's a south. It's looks like it's a Southern American one. But the one I'm doing, which is the F-86 F Saber, it's the MiG Mad Marine, flown by Major General John H. Glenn of the 21st Squadron. You can just see that one there.
What scale is that?
This is an Airfix 172 scale.
A 72 scale. That's pretty tiny.
Yeah. I got this from the South Australian Aviation Museum.
Oh, nice.
Like that, Randall. Like that. I do have a video on my lovely YouTube channel where I take people for a little bit of a visit, and it's that's where my dad volunteers. So when I go and see my dad, I get him for zilch, nada. So, and I'm a guest of him. So, but as I said before the show, it is a bomb that can only be heard by an idiot.
I actually like your headset and mic. I just want to make a comment that I like your headset and mic because you sound so much clearer than as you did before.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for that flattening introduction.
Yes, yeah, very nice. So you're doing a lot of planes, cars, planes, trains, automobiles.
Well, let's put it this way. I've got plenty of kit going. I've got another model kit coming.
Right.
My stash is just as big as yours, Jack. Let me put it this way. It's just as nearly getting as big as yours.
Yeah, I haven't seen my stash in ages. I should go down and look at it.
It's 50-50. Let's put it this way. It's 50-50. 50% Star Trek. Well, actually, 25-50. So if you get it this way, 25 Star Trek, 25 Star Wars, 50% cars. And I've got another car model coming. So
you have built Revell kits. You built a few Revell kits, few AMT kits. How does that Airfix kit stack up as far as a buildability?
Well, the difference between the Revell and Airfix is Revell's, especially Revell of Germany, some of the pieces just don't stick together. They're just the seams being shown and everything. But the same thing can be said about Airfix too, because I was building a 737, and the seams on that were absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Let's just put it this way. I didn't even finish that kit. It was just destroyed because the seams were just too dodgy. I just went out the kit.
If that's an Airfix 737, you're dealing with a kit that's at least 30, 40 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molded, so.
I did a dry test build with this one, and I don't know what Airfix have done, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better fit. There's hardly any seams with it, so it's a damn good kit. I've also got a MiG-29 Fulcrum. Sorry, a MiG-29A, and I've also got a Messerschmitt BF-109E/F from World War II. So you can either make a Messerschmitt BF-109E or a BF-109F. So I'm going to be doing the E. So yeah, but my daughter made her first plane. My daughter built her first plane today. She built a Spitfire, the mighty Spitz.
No kidding.
And Randall knows what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
Mark V Spitfire. She did the building, I did the decaling. So she's proud as punch. She's really getting it. Let's put it this way. That's the second kit she's built, and she's really getting into it. She's really getting into building the models, and she's saying, "Well, Dad, what's my next build going to be?" I'm going, "That's up to you. It's up to you. You know, it's not. If you want to build a car, you build a car. If you
well, you know, the hobby does require a level of patience and attention span, so it's hard to get a young child to have the attention span, you know. But if you're successful at that, great. So she likes it.
Yeah, she's been coming in, and she came in when I was doing my painting for the Sabre and kit, and now she wants a kit. So I've still got to build it. She wants me to build. Okay, she wants me to build her an Enterprise C, kit, a General Lee, and I already made her a Batmobile, but she wants me to build another one. I'm going one step at a time here, girl.
Well, I haven't seen you in such a long time, Heath. It's so good to see you. I hope you're going to be around in a couple of months, because I just want to say that this is going to be our last broadcast until August. End of August. It's going to be a little hiatus. So it's good to see you, Heath, because I was hoping you'd show up for the last show until hiatus. So, moving on.
I saw on the site that it's been a year since we started this little the thing, and I thought, oh well, might as well make my presence felt. So there you go.
Well, so let me ask you this though: do you know how many years it's been?
Well, I started in 2010.
Well, no, I'm talking about the community. That's a trivia question.
The community?
The community.
I have been in here since. I've been in the community since 2011.
It's not possible.
So it's been about 5 years. It's possible.
We're going to have our 4th birthday in August.
Well, I know I was there. I know I was there when Danny invited me to join. I think it was actually, yes, it was October of the 4th year, which I think was it was either 2011 or 2012. I don't know. I can't remember.
It was August of 13, and I remember that distinctly. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So
3 years. 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. So we're going to talk to Lou because he seems to be having trouble, and he's been fussing over here.
Are we? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm on the stone. I'm on the stone knives and bearskins this morning.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just I just find it fascinating that you're the one with the troubles now. I don't know. I just can't figure out why the sound on my computer, why the microphone isn't picking me up. I don't know. I just got done uploading a video to Google, and it was on all night. I don't know. Maybe something happened to it. I'm going to try turning it off and turning it on again like you're supposed to do and see if that helps. But, I don't know. Well, aside from that, have you been, well, being newly retired, I bet you're overdosing on building models. I am doing a good amount of building models. I won't say overdosing because it's not killed me yet, but I am taking my weekends off from model building now. I am vowing to put down the model and not do anything on the weekend. It used to be model building on the weekend. Now where did it go? Did I just freeze up? Model building on the weekend. Jamie, I'm trying to get your butt in here. Oh, Dirk. That's Dirk, not Jamie. Jamie, I sent you the link. Dirk, I'm going to try you right now. Anyway, sorry about that interruption. So what are you building? I just finished going, and I am working on a Starfleet space tug now. Oh, Starfleet tug. Yeah. I'd like to do that too. There's so many bashes I'd like to do. Yep. Looks like scratch built.
Is that the one from?
It's a time slip kit. I'm not talented enough to scratch something completely from scratch. That's bad. That's about it. You're breaking up. That's nothing unusual.
Nothing.
So quickly, let's move over to Dirk. How you doing, Dirk?
Well, before you move to me, how about this retired guy get a better camera or something, man? This is crap.
You know, when you retire, everything goes downhill.
It's either looking for me. Which would you prefer?
We look at you for quality and everything, and you give us this crap?
Hello, Dirk. How are you, sir?
Coming out of the gate firing.
So it's good to see everybody coming in for the last show before hiatus. What you been doing, Dirk? I mean, this is very strange and odd. This is a Saturday morning. You have a young family, and you're on with us. I feel very honored. You think of us when you have time off.
Yeah, I had a bit of a breather, so I decided to take advantage of it and join you guys.
Nice. Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. So what have you been building?
A lot of little stuff, nothing huge. You know, I'm still working on the Scotty figure. Still working on the Red Wolf. I actually pulled out the Partridge Family bust the other day and started working on that a little bit.
Has your attention have been pretty good? Well, the ADD builder here. I mean, I'd love to get into building. I'll get to that in a moment, but it's my same old song right now. But show us something.
Well, last thing I was showing on the site was scratch built some wings for the Red Wolf. I had to do these. Came out pretty good. I have to finalize it, but you know the roughness is in there. It's kind of looks like winglets. Still working on Mr. Scott. The body's actually been done. It's the face and everything that I've been working on. Trying to get him look kind of Scotty-ish.
I chose the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
What's that?
I chose the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
You know, the Partridge Family boss isn't in reach. I can't show you that, but you know, that's the kind of stuff I've been working on. A little bit of everything. Because it's the same old story for me too. Just like you said, Jack. It's like by the time I'm done with my day, I get down here, which I do come down here every day. I'll put it on the TV, and it's just like I'm so beat.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy to do anything, or it's like, oh, I got to whip out the airbrush. I have to clean it, and it's like, ugh. You know,
Yeah.
So I find myself doing little tidbits on this, a little tidbit on that, so I at least get a little bit of the euphoria of working with plastic, but I haven't really done anything major lately.
Well, yeah, I'm in the same position too, in a very similar way. Well, let's move on. How you doing, James? You've been so patient with me.
Okay. I'm doing fine there, Jack. Yeah, it's finished off my Enterprise E earlier this week. So I don't know who has seen it online or not, but I can share some pictures.
Well, share it. I want to see on a model show. We got to see models, you know.
We do like to share, don't we?
In fact, I'll probably share something I've built.
There she is.
There she is. There.
Nice. Nice.
You know, I can't believe that's paper. That looks like styrene to me. That is paper, though. That looks like styrene to me. James, how do you do it? I keep saying it every day. Every time I see you, how do you do it? You make a paper model turn into styrene, just like
it's
with the fingers.
It's no different than if you could build something similar from scratch from styrene and get similar results. So I mean, it's.
Oh, hello.
You know what, guys? We all talk about James and his amazing work because it truly is amazing, but it's fun to try. You can get so many of these model kits for free online. Download it, print it, try it. It doesn't cost you anything except for a little bit of ink. You know, I say that with experience because I was amazed by his work and I tried it. I downloaded a couple things. I've built 3 or 4 paper kits, and they're a lot of fun. They're not perfect, but I've had a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, it didn't cost me anything but ink and some time.
I don't know about you, but it looks like the Enterprise is about to go for a lawn dart.
Yeah, that's a really cool build, and I think an unusual ship. It's not my favorite.
Actually, hang on a minute. There's a ship in that. If you put the engines down like that and you turn the saucer section up the other way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And instead of like having where the dish is, if you put the dish underneath and if you change that around and have the engines there, you got a new ship. You got a new class of ship.
Actually, if you're not digging that, you might not like the new Enterprise J that I've been seeing a lot of images.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Yeah, now we're getting into the just getting too much. Hey, my neighbor at work is a Star Wars fan. He's like, "Oh, are you a Star Trek fan?" My little shuttlecraft gave it away, I suppose. So.
Yeah.
But no, it just gets to be too much. And by the way, now just one last thing about Trek. It's going to be opening next week on Friday, the new movie. Last time we're going to see Yelchin, poor guy. And anyway,
still got a couple of things here.
Got into a depressing movie right there. How you doing, Randall?
Too bad, Jack. Yourself?
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm recovering from an illness, but I'm okay.
James still had something to do, and you went straight to Randall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, James. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. See, not enough oxygen in the noggin.
You see, James?
Yeah. Okay.
You see, James, old bat for you, mate. Yeah, catch this.
Okay, so I'm back on to my 3D printed Ducati. And there's the rear rim.
You printed that.
Bigger than yours, Jack.
And James printed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Front rim.
That's so cool. That is so
you
cool.
know, Jack, that's bigger than your Ducati.
Yes. Yes. And we all know that size matters.
Like there's the muffler.
Yeah, that's big. That's a big model.
It is.
That's definitely bigger than Jack's.
So it's going to take you a while.
The muffler, not the muffler.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
else like that. No, we're not going under the belt. You're not going under the belt. I'm talking about the model.
I think a few things had to do, like this has dual disc brakes in the front, but they only gave me a brake holder for the left side, not the right side. So what I had to do was import the part into a CAD program and mirror it, and then create an STL file and to create the reflective part for the other side. So.
Okay. And instead of embarrassing myself again, are you done?
Yes, I am done.
How you doing, Randall?
Here, Jack.
It takes a man from Pittsburgh. It takes a man from Pittsburgh to admit his mistakes.
Sounds like a bad movie. It'd be a movie, yes. A man from Pittsburgh. Okay. Sorry. I should fire myself for such a bad job done. Anyhow, hi. So Randall is proof that there is still daylight after Brexit. So.
Yeah.
The power's down, the electric's still on.
We may be politically separated from our European brethren, but I'm still still modeling European cars.
Oh, dear.
And that's the bug. That's a VW, is it not?
Nope, it's the Citroen 2CV.
Yeah.
It was like the French equivalent of the Volkswagen.
Okay.
Only it was, I think the original design remit was that it could cross a ploughed field, and the farmer could still keep his hat on while he's driving it. So. Yep. Bodywork's mostly finished. I have quite a bit of the interior to put in yet, dashboard, stuff like that. But I have except for the seats and the steering column, I have the floor plan and the
that's so cool.
Engine installed.
Is that they have the engine in the front?
Yep.
Well, that's something that the Germans didn't do right away.
There's air cooled, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Fan in the front there, yeah. Let's see, 3 pedals.
Oh, wow.
Something that the Americans kind of find hard to deal with.
What? 3 pedals? I drive a car that has 3 pedals.
Yeah. With the
Yeah,
actual...
one of them's not the ejector seat, Jack.
What's that? An ejection seat?
Ejector.
Ejector seat. Yeah, I'm going to install one and take people for a
I'm
ride.
just getting a mental image of that. I'm just getting a mental image of that. Jack being ejected from a car.
Why have enemies when you can have friends like this,
your lifeboat.
Oh, what's this button do?
Still working on the lifeboat. Getting to the stage where I'm going to have to start putting the interior details in. And then, as if I didn't have enough to do, I've been torturing people and asking them about this resin detail set that I have.
Oh, that cockpit.
Ah, ooh, yes.
And I just put a picture of it. I didn't actually say who made it, where it was from, or what aircraft it fits. But it was sort of a guessing game. There's a chap, I can't remember his name now, but he's been getting tortured by it, trying to work out what it is. The pilot is female.
A female,
And the pilots come from a wide spectrum of nationalities. And but heck, the detail set is for this.
Ooh,
angel.
Ooh.
That again?
Does Airfix make anything bigger than 72?
Oh yeah, they do bigger than 72. Like last Christmas there, I finished the 124 type in. But anyway, the kit is pretty ancient. It came out about the same time as the original TV show in the 60s. The detail in it is like the old raised detail, and this is what they give you for a cockpit.
That's
blank space.
Wrong.
Yeah.
2 pegs for the pilot and the ejector seat to sit on. Like this is.
See, that's what I was saying before. That's what I was saying before.
This is the ejector seat.
So what you're saying, Jack? They put a really old kit into a new box.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
But you know something, though, in their defense, I mean, it is a 72 scale kit. I mean, they take a lot of effort to make such small parts. Makes it more expensive. And it would put the aftermarket people out of business.
That's it. That's the old pilot that comes with it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, mighty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
God, that's minute.
This detail set, at least the ejector seat, is quite an improvement.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And alternatively, it comes with a pilot sitting in with it.
Oh, that's good.
So you can do it in flight without it being a ghost aircraft. And what else? Yeah, the kit company, or the company that makes the detail sets, are a Belgian company called Retro Kit. They do 144 scale resin detail sets for small scale aircraft, and a lot of them are quite good. The box says it's 1/72 scale, but it's near 100 scale if there was a real Angel interceptor, which is why the 2 pilots are in 2 different sizes. The standing figure is quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to torture myself by starting another kit long before the previous 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kits are finished. So that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, the Romulan Bird of Prey has stalled with the engines.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Hasn't been any progress.
Yeah, mine's kicking around in the basement, so. I have more models kicking around doing nothing than up here. So, the other day I was just looking at. You see, you got a nice shelf set up there. I gotta get something like that behind me at least. Anyhow, what was I gonna say about this? Never mind. Go on.
Yeah, like I said, I like to start another kit, before I've had the previous 2 or 3 finished. So I always have something to do.
Right. Well, I think that's what it was, is that the 72 scale business, I don't know, I have such a prejudice against it. Now, the cockpit that you showed us, is it for that? Because I'm not getting it. Is it for it?
It is for this kit.
Okay.
It's been made for it, so all you have to do is trim down these 2 pegs here, slot it in, paint it up, away you go.
Okay. I just remember the question that I had. The cost between the kit and the cockpit.
The cockpit cost about £11, £11.99, and the kit, when I got it, was £7.49.
So the cockpit is costing you more than the kit?
By twice, almost twice.
That's the norm for most of these parts.
Half as much to a third as much again.
But that's normal. Cows, they always usually cost you almost as much, if not more, than the kit. So
yeah. If you think of the likes of the Enterprise refit,
I
mean that kit costs you, depending where you get it, anywhere between £70 to £100. Then if you think of all the aftermarket decals, the masking, the paints.
Okay, Randall. Yeah, Randall. Yeah. Okay, all right. If you think about that cost £1,000, yeah, then yeah.
I can send you one of those for £40 probably. So maybe even £50 worth of shipping.
It would probably cost me that much again.
You can't even send that. I'll tell you what, you can't even send a 350 scale Enterprise over here for that.
Well, it's because the shipping costs so damn much, but it's cheaper actually to send it to Australia than it is to the UK.
Yeah. Actually, no, I don't think that's
Not
true.
really.
It's about the same.
Not really.
I think I've shipped to both, and I would prefer to ship to Australia over UK. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, look, I'm favoured.
Actually, about a year ago, I think I sent something to Jamie and Heath about the same time, and I was surprised that the shipping to Australia was the same as it cost to go to the UK.
Yeah, it is. It is. I would say it's cheaper in that regard.
That's right.
But Australia is the 53rd American state, so that's why.
The thing about the UK, Jack, that pees us off, you not only have to pay the US price for postage, but when it arrives in this country, we have to pay a collection charge for picking it up, and then they put a VAT charge on that. I'll give you an example. When I originally got the Gunstar, I paid for the kit, I paid for the postage. But when I actually went to pick it up from the post office here, I had to pay an extra £64 in charges.
Wow.
Because
I wonder if that's going to. I really wonder if that's going to change now. But then again, I look at it this way: once they start taxing you, they're not going to collect less. They never collect less. They always collect more. It's always more. But with that being said, if you can still probably get there has to be a way you can cleverly do it. Because if I were going to the UK for a holiday, which I would do it. I would go there because I know enough people. I know enough about it to make me comfortable to go. I would probably go with 3 suitcases and a walk-on because the 3 suitcases would be filled with models.
I've said it before. Every time you walk into, you go to a country where they do plastic model kits. No. You don't take 1 suitcase. You take 3.
3, yeah.
I'm close.
I think the only way, I mean, for this country, Jack, I think the only way you could really get away with not paying the super extra charge on the VAT was basically have it sent as a friend, and there was no cost involved in the exchange for the kit. That way, the customs can't do you because you're not paying anything, and there's no value to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But when that's on my bucket list. So 2 places on an airplane. Well, 3 places actually. I want to go back to Hawaii one more time, but Oz I like to visit, and the UK. But that's about it. Anyway, with that being said,
we'd love to have you at the 53rd state of America.
Oh, what is he showing here? You showed that already, Randall, a couple weeks ago. But I never get tired of looking at it. Very nice.
I couldn't remember if I had showed it to you, but it is the
That is a small kit. That is the smallest Star Destroyer I have ever seen.
It's smashing.
I just wish they would do one, normal size, like.
Well, you don't know. They're going to be doing a 172 McLaren, 172 Falcons. So who knows?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I will never tire of that.
Mm.
Yeah.
What they should really do is an Executor, the Superstar Destroyer.
Oh!
Avenger. The Avenger was like this.
It'd be about 4 foot 4 inches long.
Actually, I was talking to Jay about if they ever did bring out a 172 Executor, it would be as big as my man cave. That's how big it would be. It would be that huge. Let's put it this way: it would dwarf me.
Another face we haven't seen in a while, and I'm appreciative I've been seeing it as of right now. That would be Jamie. He is finally moved and settled in, and his room looks just like his old room. It's like he never changed, never moved.
Oh, hang on. Not really.
I will never get tired of seeing 7 of 9's picture. She's one of my favorite characters in all of sci-fi. And what's up? What's going on?
Well, I've, as you know, I was working on the TOS Enterprise and I had that little bit of a mishap with the body, so I'm still waiting for the central part to come. It hasn't arrived yet, so that project's been put aside while I'm waiting for the new body to come. So I decided
What did you do? What did you do, Jamie?
I was trying a new technique in trying to make a bit more room in the hangar bay, and because there is absolutely no room in the hangar bay, even when you're using SMDs to light it up, especially if you're not using the clear hangar bay, you're using the kit part, because you have to follow the kit down to virtually nothing to try and get light to go through it. But then I needed a bit more room on the sides, so what I started to do, it was trial and error with a sanding tool, and as I was grinding away with the side like that, it just suddenly went
right through.
Yeah, it happens to us all. So you try something new, it don't work, and it costs you a replacement part. So I'm just going to wait. So then I decided, well, what am I going to do now? So I decided I wanted to get one of my bigger projects out and have a look at that. Start working on it, but not work on it like constantly. Do a bit on it, put it away, bring it out. Because this one project is going to be a long project. I'm not lighting it. I'm just going to. I'm putting together. I'm going to paint it, but it's going to be a really good paint job. So I decided to put this together. So I put this together.
Oh, nice.
What I originally did, I painted the body with the undercoat, and I thought, God, Then I started looking at the other pieces, and this is a great kit, but the thing is, some of these pieces don't fit really well. And the joints along here, the seams are really, these pieces don't actually go in pretty well, and you have to seal them up and do a lot of work. So what I've decided to do with this kit is I decided to stick all the bits on. So you've got everything on there now.
Oh wow!
So it's all basically done. Through to start doing, and the work I'm going to try on this now is majorly all the paint work, the sanding, filling. But I'm going to do it this way. Because I'm not lighting it, I'm just actually building the model. I've decided to stick all the pieces on because then I can do all the fine tuning on it. It's going to take quite a while. The finish I want to do it. So I'm doing it in the Alcad colours, so it gives it that really good shine on it.
Leave it like that. A stealth gun.
But it's war torn.
Leave it like that.
Yeah. So
leave it like that. Stealth.
I will say one thing about this kit. It's something that it's the actual resin stuff you glue it with. Keith told me about it, so I decided to get some because I've used the 5-minute stuff, and sometimes it doesn't really. It glues it, but it doesn't really stick it. This stuff that Keith told me about, this epoxy, this thing, it ain't going anywhere. If anything falls off this, you're going to break the kit. So my advice on that one is get yourself some of this. It was actually Keith who told me about it, and it's called Defcon, and it really is good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Really, it takes about once it's gone out for 24 hours, it's like that's it. You'll break your kit. But that's a bit of a tip for anybody who's putting a resin kit together.
Maybe I should have used some of that for my enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would work there, Heath. I think it would work.
I've put the Gunstar aside for now, and I decided, so what am I going to do next? I'm going to fancy a bit. And instead of, I'm waiting for the toss part, so I can't go on to that. I want to break from the Gunstar because it takes a while putting all the pieces on and making them stick and hold them in place. And I thought, I'm going to do something totally different that I don't really do, but I thought I'd give it a go. And so I've decided...
Out of your comfort zone?
No, I've decided to do this. And it's a kit from Mobius. And it's put together, it's its undercoat, and I've got to light it and do all the fancy work to it. But this is the mug straps. Yeah, so this is quite a good kit. What I've done at the moment is I've done all the seams here, so I've filled all these in. And then it's basically, I've just basically put it together. This is not glued on by far means. These rails here are not on because I've got to paint them, and this rail here is none of these is glued on, so it's all sort of loose. And then you're wondering, well, how's he going to write it and paint it? That is because none of this is actually what I'm doing it. If I just take this out, so that's not glued on. They're not glued on. Wow. And I've decided to do it like this because I've never really done a house the bases there. And the actual kit is like this, ready for lighting up.
Ah.
But what I've got to thinking, you see, is I've looked at this. I wanted to show you this because this is a scene that I haven't done. As you can see, I've basically filled these seams in here, so it looks like you've got no seam along the house. It looks like a complete house. But what I have done is I left one seam out to show you what these seams are like. So there's one seam that hasn't been done. See? Mm-hmm. You get that like plastic look where it's not. It's glued on, but it doesn't look part of the house. And yet this one does.
Huh.
And I'm not using for these seams here. I'm not actually using the putty. I'm actually using because it looks really good, doesn't it? You can see that the house, it just looks like a joined on proper house seam. Mm-hmm. And what I filled it with, it was to try an experiment. Because I mean, I've got some of that perfect plastic putty. It's great stuff. Once you start sanding it and stuff, sometimes it'll pop out and stuff like that. And I thought, I'm going to try something different. So when I filmed it,
something different.
No, we all use it every day.
Spice of life.
We use this stuff every day on everything from windows to what's name. So I filmed it with that.
Oh, canopy glue. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I used. I've just filled those seams up with canopy glue, and it's really come out good.
Right, and paint over it. It looks like part of the model. Exactly.
Yeah, Mobius have
but does that one you have dry clear?
No, well, it hasn't. No, it's completely. You look, not dry.
It's opaque.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just completely filled the seams, so it just looks part of the house. I've done the ones around the side here too. So it just looks like. But there's quite a bit of work to do on this yet. I mean, it's only had the base coat. Now, the colours on this, it's saying paint these like a brown and stuff, but I'm not quite sure, because if you watch some of the old series and it wasn't in colour, would you reckon it looks better like the black and white colour, or would you reckon it looks better if you do it as in like with a brown roof and a green door? And what do you reckon?
You go with the monotone? Yeah, the black and white.
That's what I was thinking, just have like the black and white colour.
Yeah, Bob just chimed in and said he just woke up. Good for you, Bob. Get your rest. You need your rest. We'll see you in August, Bob.
So anyway, Jack, that's where
you know what you need to put Lily and Herman in there.
What you have to determine with that, Jamie, is whether the this roof on that, is it shingles or is it cedar shake?
Oh,
that's a question.
See, if it's cedar shake, then it's going to be weathered cedar color.
No, what about being slate?
I think it's more slate.
Could be slate too. In which case, if it's slate,
I think it would be slate.
Yeah, so I think it's slate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Lou's trying to show something. Well, there it is. Lou's just trying to show us.
What's that?
Lou's showing it to us now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you've gone with the darker, like. Yeah, it's the black and white look, isn't it? Basically.
That part looks like a barn.
Yeah. Lou, the question I wanted to ask you: is it possible? Because if you look on the box art itself, it's got a little light here on the porch.
Yeah.
Is it possible to light that up and try and hide the actual wire that comes through here and have a little light hanging? Because I've looked at this and because all this infrastructure here is open, and you're actually going to see that you can't have the hole for the wire to go through there.
You'd need to gouge a trench on the underside and put it back into the house, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that.
Like you're doing,
so basically, put a little trench in here and then pull it back up after.
Kind of like people that do the Enterprise D, and they have to gouge out the trench.
Pylons. Yeah.
That's what you'd have to do. You gouge, and that's perfect for this because it's not seen. It's underneath.
Yeah, it is.
Trench, just fill it in behind it.
Hanging down, wouldn't you, on a very low voltage.
And you could probably get some sort of small decorative light from a train shop.
Yeah, I mean, when I actually picked
train shop or a dollhouse, whoever sells.
When I actually picked this kit up from the Telford show, I actually picked up some. I was going to light it with some strips inside. Well, I actually picked these up, but this guy was selling these, and they're quite good because it gives it off. Let me show you these. They're quite big because it's going to go inside. But it actually gives off. Oh, hang on. Just put it in. Obviously, it's got to be turned down.
Yeah.
But it actually gives you that flicker. Which is quite good.
Yeah.
So I'll pick those up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put those inside the house in various places, and it just gives off that nice little flicker of the ghostly thing inside the house.
Jamie, I was saying go check Dollhouse Supplies because you might be able to find an actual fixture to put in there that looks like a Victorian fixture for a porch in a Dollhouse Supplies.
Or a little lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the dollhouse is a good idea, but I'm thinking if you go to a train shop or something.
Yeah, I might have a
more like lampposts for roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The base and just use the lamp itself. I think that would work too.
Oh, in either case, you're going to be using an SMD, wired SMD.
Yeah, that's my idea. I was going to do. I didn't know how, but now I do. You mentioned like doing a trench here, putting a trench here, this here, and covering it over and filling it. And the idea is going to be pointing down, and that will look quite good. Then I think.
Actually, James, you don't have to do a trench. If you run the wire along the inside around the edges and come back out the side, you do the same thing. Just need a little longer wire instead of going straight across the trench. Put it against the inside along.
What do you mean, like put the wire sort of down here and around there?
Yeah. That's it. That's another idea.
Well, you know something too. You can even cut a piece of thin styrene and put a false ceiling on it too. I mean, if you don't want to trench it, you can just run your it's magnetic wire you're going to be using anyway. Just cut a piece of thin styrene and put a false ceiling to it.
Yeah, I just think I'm going to look at. But as overall, this kit as a kit itself, it's really is well detailed. Mobius have really done a good thing with this kit. It really is well detailed, and I'm hoping not yet for a while because it costs a bit of money with the postage and stuff. But I'm hoping to get the it's like a base for it, the monster base with the dragon coming through and the fence around it. But that'll be in the future. But now I'm just going to build this house because I've never really done many houses, and I kind of like the monster house. And when I opened the kit up and saw the detail, and I thought, yeah, that's a really, really good kit. And there is a good reason I have done this like this. Because normally a lot of people I've been reading up and do this, they take each of these sections. I don't know if you did like this, Lou, but they actually paint each of the sections first, and then stick the whole thing together. And I thought, because some of this is an awkward fit onto the base, especially this section. This section does not want to go very, very good onto the base. But I found if you put the pieces on the actual base itself and glued them while they were fitted around the base, then when it was completely dry and put together, it actually just slots on.
Really cool.
And it's an actual perfect fit, which is quite good. If you try and do this kit any other way than that, you're going to have trouble because it tends to not want to go. So if you build it out of just the pieces together, then it's not going to sort of fit on the base very well because I don't know if you found it, Lou. Did you find that this was like a bit awkward fitting onto the base? It's a sort of, it didn't want to go down or side up. And I think if you try and just build this, push it together as a piece, like separate pieces, and then stick it, and then try and put it on the base, I think you'd have problems. So anybody building this, build it around the actual base itself, and then stick each part on, and then it's the easiest way to do it, I think. Anyway, that's where I'm up to, Jack, and that's what I've been working on.
Okay, very good.
When you do you're going to have to get the Addams Family house to go with it.
And the Psycho house too, for that matter. So I used the base as a building jig, but like you didn't glue it down.
No, I just used it as a jig to put the pieces together. Because like I said, that's what Lou said. You will have trouble putting that on the base because it doesn't tend to want to go. You have to sort of make sure that they slot it in properly.
Okay. Oh gosh, I have such a dreadful life. As a modeler, as everything. Now I'm ill. I asked the doctor, how does one? Well, she wasn't very accusatory, and I asked her, you know what? I can't recall doing anything that will give me strep. She says, oh, it's just in the environment. Boy, this has been an ongoing in my life. Strep and me are best friends. We hang out every now and again. So now I got the house. I got sick, and now you know what I've been doing. On a brighter side, modeling makes things so much better. While watching videos, I still am cutting holes into this kit to light it. The kit is the USS Voyager, and I think taking time with the kit does one of two things or both. It gets you bored with it, and it also you do really meticulous work. And this is one of the two parts of the pylons that hold up the engines, and these grill-looking things in the back end are the impulse drive. And if you haven't noticed already, I have cut holes. You can see through, if your video is clear enough, you can see right through them. On the underside, it looks like this. And I am cutting them very, very carefully, drilling holes first, and then just picking away at it with a hobby knife. And as I'm doing this and watching some back episodes of Voyager, I realize there's a lot more holes that I am overlooking. There's a lot more windows on the ship than the kit even allows for. So that's all I've been doing. I've built this kit once before.
Back when the USS Voyager.
Voyeur, yeah. I built this model kit, the Revell kit. The windows were incorrect, and it was very difficult to get that fixed. I think I pulled it off. But this is the Revell of Germany kit. This is so much better. There's a lot of things that are identical, but certainly there are many things that are very different about it. And one thing is the plastic is a little thinner. It's so much easier to work with. But that's what I'm doing, is trying to do a meticulous job like Jamie and others who have done meticulous work. Randall, you all know who you are. So I'm taking a page out of your books, building books, and going to spend time with it, and work it through. If I should get bored or need something and waiting for something like Jamie is to come in, and then I'll just have to work on something else. But at this point, not doing very much because of a lot of things that is going on around me. But once that settles down, look out, it'll look like I'm retired. Even though I'm not, because I'm really wanting to build a lot of kits. I have a big stash and want to start chipping away at it. This episode is the last one for this season. The next season is going to start at the end of August. The last Saturday and Sunday would be the first shows back from hiatus. We are going to do during American Thanksgiving weekend, we're going to do the 48-hour Hangout again next year. It's been very successful in the past. And it's birthed quite a few good ideas in the meantime, too. I mean, this 48 hours is a very interesting thing. This time, I'm taking the whole week off, so I'm probably poised to be awake for close to those 48 hours. And I kind of planned it that way, and we'll do that. And I hope
last year was kind of like a non-starter.
Right. Right. I hope to have one of the former employees, I have her email. She makes T-shirts, just, silk screen. She doesn't do anything fancy. And maybe we'll get some T-shirts to wear around town and brag about what we do here, which is all good. There's plans. Yeah, there's plans on the horizon for the community. If you have any ideas, you can always contact me. Dirk is also a monitor. James is always a very big participant in the community. And yeah, I mean, let's just talk about some ideas to do. Maybe community builds for charity, perhaps. We'll try to pull one off, unlike the one that failed so many years ago. Anyway, these are the kinds of things that I think we should engage in as a community. Just an idea. Anyway, we had murdered another hour. It's the last hour until end of August. I really appreciate you all showing up. Thanks, Dirk, for thinking about us when you're away from the family. I mean, that's kind of, we kind of in a really good position. Where, number two, I mean, family's one. So I consider ourselves one, too, because that's who you think of. We'll hang out on the side, too, Dirk. You're fun to hang out with. You've got a lot of good ideas. And Heath, it's dark in Australia, and it's the middle of winter.
Yes, but I'm not tired yet.
And he's cold at freezing temperatures.
Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys, and I'll see you after our little break. Or I'll probably see James during the...
Oh, you'll see us around.
During the holidays, anyway. Yeah.
James, you're such
a... But I'll have plenty of kids.
Yeah. I'm going to cut you off, Heath. Thank you, Heath, really. So we'll see you later. And James, thanks for joining us, too.
No problem.
Yeah, you and I hang out on occasion, too. I unload my problems on you. You're a good man. And Jamie, yeah, when are you going to get that build done? I'm really looking forward to it. Maybe I'll finish that build before you do.
Yeah, Jack, looking forward to when we start up again.
And as you see, there's daylight after Brexit. There's daylight in that room, you see.
Yeah. I just tried to make it look like the other room.
Right, because we started late today trying to figure out the geopolitical situation and vocalizing opinions. Anyway, Lou, I'm sorry you lost your voice. And I hope it gets fixed in the next several weeks.
Oh, look at this. This is an interesting way of talking. Oh, hang on, he's typing. He's...
and Randall, oh, silent but deadly. There you go. Thanks, Randall, for stopping by. Stopping by too. Stopping by too. And this is your host, Scratch and Jack, and very much appreciated. Join us if you want to see the past episodes. Go to my YouTube at Scratch and Jack. Like this video, even though I'm all puzzled and airheaded and possibly even considered rude, but that's me. Y'all have a good time. See you in about 6 weeks, and happy modeling, everyone. So long.
See you later.
Goodbye.